You wouldn't believe how I spent my day. You know the pile of wooden pallets that's been collecting dust in my storage for forever? I got the brill idea of using them for something totally left field. Are you ready for this? I made a rustic photo frame out of them. I know, shocker, right? The philosophy grad turned AI guru is now suddenly all about craft work. But hey, who says you can't have an artistic side, eh? And speaking of art, Emily has agreed to sketch a picture of me for the frame. You know her, incredibly talented but as unpredictable as a cat. Only she would come up with something like that. And you know what's funny? I love our little chat group. It's less of a group chat, more a madhouse where we suggest the most random things and everyone just rolls with it. Like just now, Carlos threw in the idea of sharing our favorite songs. Makes scrolling through the chat so much more fun, right? And get this, my pick was Heat Waves by Glass Animals. Never fails to light up the mood. You've heard it, haven't you? You'll love it. And on that totally unrelated note, my upcycling project actually turned out pretty well. Who knew I had a knack for woodworking, huh? If I were to describe it, it's got this charming, improbable elegance in its simplicity, if that makes any sense. Its very rawness gives it a cool, somewhat edgy vibe, almost mirrors the Manhattan skyline in a sense, don't you think? Well, anyways, enough of my artsy-fartsy gibberish. Today was just another day in the life of Olivia experimenting with the world around her. As for you, I expect a full account of your day the first thing tomorrow. Deal? So I set off on this spontaneous trip to Hudson Valley today, completely on a whim. God, the place is teeming with historical architecture, and I was all over it like a kid in a candy store. I swear, staring at these towering structures all day, I could almost hear the walls whispering tales from the past. Honestly, never had so much fun being a tourist. Of course, I bumped into a tour guide, Rachel, who was about as enthusiastic about these places as I was. But she was, well, let's just say we didn't exactly share the same wavelength, yeah? But anyway, putting aside my interesting yet slightly vexing tour guide adventure, guess what happened next? I ended up house hunting. Wild, right? I mean, who'd have thought I, Olivia Morse, would consider moving out to the quaint Hudson Valley? But then again, wouldn't it be nice to wake up to the sight of picturesque landscapes and historic buildings every morning? Plus, imagine the stellar images I could click. I'm practically drooling over the prospect. Just updated the group chat about it too, and guess what the response was? Lucas called me out right away, asking if I was house hunting or just looking for architectural inspiration. Can't an urbanite appreciate old-timey charm and space? Well, Carlos and Emily have their bets placed on chilly London bike rides and Taylor Swift anthems. That's their style. And speaking of style, how's this for a change of pace? We ended up sharing our choices for best comfort foods. Grandma's apple pie was my pick. Hands down. You know I'm all about those flaky crusts and juicy apple filling. Wow. I've been all over the place in this message, zone hopping from architecture to potential houses to spoilers from our chat group conversations. It's all happening. Just another eccentric day in the world of Olivia. But enough about the ramblings of my exciting day. Let's hear about you. How's your day rolling so far? Decided to dive deep into this VR implementation in Click AI's interface. The possibilities are becoming real exciting. Have been spending most of today with the team brainstorming on how to translate this idea into reality. Emma and Michael have been a huge help, both churning out one great idea after the other. It's an incredible synergy when minds come together for a common cause, yeah? So, while we are keeping our brains busy, Emily decides to cycle to work, and not just any distance, 15 whole miles. Can you believe it? Of course, Lucas's wit strikes again and he called her an Olympic cyclist in the making. And Carlos, as always with his humor, wanted to know if the wind was against her or in her favor. Now, after such a day at work, A game of Cards Against Humanity seems like the perfect idea for the evening. You remember how it was the last time. Lucas's naughty streak was in full swing. Enjoyed it so much, even though at the end I was convinced Carlos was cheating. But hey, that's part of the game. Remember our conversation on Marvel's Eternals? Looks like Emily shared the same mixed feelings about it. Thought it was just me. Carlos, though, seemed to have enjoyed it. Thought the celestial and deviance concepts were intriguing. But Lucas took it philosophically, saying Marvel will always surprise us and also disappoint us. And excitingly, our random chat took a cool turn with everybody picking between Galaxy's defenders or Earth's mightiest heroes. Lucas's choice was, hands down, Guardians because of the raccoon. Not surprising, honestly. Emily is Team Cap, which you know I absolutely agree with. And there was Carlos, igniting the Civil War with his Team Iron Man stance. So, a bizarre day of high-tech brainstorming, mixed with superhuman debates and some serious cardio challenge thrown in, thanks to Emily, and a promising evening of card gaming. Thinking of Emily's cycling spirit. You reckon we should try that sometime? She seems to be enjoying it so much. Can't remember the last time I rode a bicycle. Might be fun. What say?